Hello, Grimsby Down supporters. How are we all? Hope everyone's doing well over the last week or so. Apologies there wasn't a video last week as I had some things going on, so fortunately I was not able to get around to doing it. Obviously a lot has happened in regards to pre-season and a couple of things that are going to be happening. Also in this video we'll talk about the friendly coming up with Hull, which takes place on Saturday, including town go away Monday morning, in fact, and we'll talk about a little bit of an injury concern that Paul Hurst has in his squad for the next month or so, and a few more bits and bobs. And what we'll first talk about the two pre-season friendlies, which took place 2 weeks ago now. For me, we started our pre-season programme with a 4-1 win at Grimsby Borough, which I was at. It was a very good solid display. Fair play to Grimsby Borough as well. I think they made it tricky for us. They made it very tricky. For the first 20 minutes of that, 25 minutes, they were solid. They were strong, and in the end, it was a cross by a Fete on the head of Danny Rose, who got his got off the mark for Grimsby, obviously pre-season. Raquel Pike made a good couple of goals against Grimsby Borough as well, and Clifton, I believe, scored the other one as well. It was a very solid performance against Borough, but to be fair, they got a penalty and they took it very solidly. Very good first run out for the Mariners, and a lot of promising signs. So that was very good to see. Then moved on to Saturday, which was Cleethorpes, and obviously at the London Club, Grimsby did come away with a 2-1 win. Now with this, again, from what I could see, we played some fluent football again. We made it difficult, and Raquel Pike scored again, and it was kind of just a real. It doesn't surprise me that the Clee fixtures are getting harder. Gone are the days, I think, now where we were beating them 5-6 nil, 6-1, even that 8-0 from a few years ago in 2019, I believe. Gone are those days. They are getting a lot harder to beat, a much more sterner test than normal, and I wasn't there for that one, but I did see the highlights, and I did see the type of play that Hursty is looking to bring on to Grimsby, and how to keep developing the side and the style of play. One guy that I saw fans give a lot of credit to, and including what I could see on the highlights, was Amawisa. He looked dangerous as dangerous can be. He definitely put Clee's defence under big threat. Danny Rose is always going to be a threat, and Fete did score as well. We're a side that you can sense we're building. Town are building something really good and strong. haven't felt this good about a town team overall for a very, very long time. So I'm very pleased to see that Town are getting the fruits of their labour, as they say. On to a bit of news now from Four Grimsby themselves. They did announce this past week the Community Open Day, the first one since 2021. Obviously, the reason why last season's did not take place was simply because there just wasn't time in the summer to fit it in, because obviously Town finished playing in June 2021, and obviously we're back in action literally 6 weeks later. So there just wasn't time. But they have announced that the Community Fun Day will be back. The Open Day will be back on Monday, July the 31st. So it is a week before the season starts at Blundell Park, and they've got a lot of good things. Dave Roberts, the Mariners Trust board member, basically said, "We are delighted to once again be hosting the Community Open Day, which always proves to be a really popular event with supporters. It is a fantastic opportunity for fans to interact with players and management, as well as enjoy fun and games around the ground." A little bit about what's going to be going on this year. This year the event will be on a Monday to combine it with the annual photo shoot. Obviously the annual team photo will be taking place on the same day, which will be added bonus for supporters to witness. Also, as it will take place during the school holidays, we hope to see a large number of families come along to Blundell Park in what is always a very enjoyable day. And it is a very enjoyable day, and as part of the trust, I'm pleased that the event is finally going ahead. Obviously, because like I said last year, it wasn't able to, just due to time constraints, really. But the event will take place from 9:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. And here's what you can expect. It is also on the town website, but I'll give you a little bit of a rundown as to what to expect. After the Constitutional Avenue gate opens at 9:30, the first team squad will emerge from the dressing room around about 10 a.m. to meet the supporters, sign autographs, and pose for selfies ahead of the training session. Fans will then be able to watch the training session from the lower and pontoon stands, but the main stand will be closed to public, so you will not have the chance to go to the main stand for that. At the conclusion of the session, at approximately midday, there will be another opportunity for fans to meet their heroes before the players break for lunch at 12:30. During the break, supporters will be able to make use of the Mariners Trust Bar. Fantastic bar, great place. If you haven't been before, do go in there. It's a fantastic bar to even reminisce and hopes for this season, which will be open for hot and cold refreshments throughout the day. Participate on DG says giant inflatable football dartboard. That'll be interesting. I wonder if anyone could. Is that like a 9 footballs, not a 9 dart? Is that a 9 football? I don't know. Or the 3-on-3 pitch also will be there for the kids to have a good run around and a good kick about as well. It should be good. And there will also be face painting stations set up in the family fan zone for the younger attendees. And one of the usual match day food vendors will also be present at the event. So if you do want to get some food while you're there, one of our regular food vendors will be there. The players will later then return for obviously the annual squad photo, which that's scheduled to finish at approximately 2 o'clock. So entry for the event though is free if you're interested in going, and obviously at Grimsby we all hope to see as many young supporters at Blundell Park, with it being the first week of the school holidays for the majority of, obviously, the majority of young children. So that's great to know. The Community Open Day, July 31st from 9:30, and the players first turn up at 10 a.m. They'll come out of the dressing rooms. Also, the overflow sections for the for season passes, they are now available. Due to the number of seats in these areas, the ticket office hasn't been able to contact everyone personally, but these passes are now ready to be picked up from Blundell Park ticket office. So if you haven't picked up yours yet, the overflow passes, they are available from the ticket office. So if you want to, and up until Saturday at kick-off against Hull, as well as the period after the match, the ticket office will be open then as well. Please do contact the ticket office if you have any ticket concerns or queries. Do contact the ticket office, and they will definitely try and make it help you out as and when they can. A little bit of just information about the Hull City game, obviously, which takes place on Saturday. With an excess of 3,000 tickets, so there's going to be a decent gate here sold for the fixture, and with the ticket office anticipating a busy match day. Just a reminder from the club has said for supporters to purchase online where they possibly can. This is to avoid lengthy queues and congestion on the match day, with the ticket office set to be extremely busy with the collection of season tickets and dealing with supporters' queries regarding those. Tickets for the fixture is priced at £12 for adults and £6 for juniors, and concessions. Full information you can always get from the Grimsby Town website. That will have more information on that. They're also requesting supporters to follow about leaving the ground, because obviously with it being a derby of some sort, like the number of fixtures last season, fans in the main and pontoon stands will be asked to exit via the pontoon stand on Imperial Corner rather than the exit onto Harrington Street. This will mean that those in the main stand will make their way to the gate via the rear of the pontoon. That is unless you are of elderly or any of the disabled. If you are disabled or you are elderly, or you'll be assisted by one of the gate supervisors on the day to get you there safe, who will be supported by the police. So just remember that if you are going on Saturday, that anybody who is physically able will actually be exiting the ground from the pontoon rather than the main stand, and so on and so forth. So a good little message there from Grimsby. If you want to go and look at that statement yourself, it is on Grimsby's website before you leave on Saturday morning, if you want to just double check that. But if you're physically able, it's you don't go on Harrington Street, you go through the pontoon end. If you are disabled, like myself, or of elderly or any physical impairment, then you can go through the main stand, and you'll be helped by a gate steward, a gate supervisor, and also the police will be there to help with any additional you need to make sure that you get out of the ground safely. If you cannot, for whatever reason, if you cannot make either game, just to let you know, the home friendlies are going to be on Mariners TV. That is Grimsby Town's own TV service. Both games are going to be both derbies are going to be made available on Mariners TV. Obviously, which is Hull on Saturday and Lincoln on the 25th. Whether you can make it or not, if you can make it, fantastic. If for some reason you can't make it, you will be able to get that on Mariners TV. These streams, though, it said, again, Town put a statement out and basically that these streams will be through an independent production company due to EFL Digital not providing a stream of pre-season friendlies. Viewers may notice some differences to the usual service without any drop in standard. Also, that they anticipate that the live stream for the friendlies will only begin around 10 minutes ahead of kickoff. So that would be around about 10 to 3 for the whole game, and around about 7, I believe, 7:30. I think it's the 7:45 kickoff. So around about 10 minutes before kickoff, the stream will go live. And regarding the Hull City game, the fixture will consist. Now, this has brought a lot of controversy to people, but I'll just emphasise it from the way I understand it. Regarding the Hull City game on Saturday, the fixture will consist of 4 30-minute quarters to allow both sets of players more time preparation for the new season. Further details about the subscription for Mariners TV will be upcoming in the next couple of weeks or so. But my understanding of this is Paul did an interview with Matt Dean at Radio Humberside, and he just gave some clarity on this. They want to be playing 2 different sides, so rather than giving 1-11 and then 2-11s, they'll start with 1-11. Second period, they'll do a second 11. Third period, they will do probably the same 11 that started the game will come back on, and the fourth period will be probably the second 11. So all players, apparently this is the thought process, all players will get at least an hour's game time. So I understood none of that entirely, but it just basically means that all teams, all players of Hull and Grimsby, obviously building up the preparation for the season, get an hour rather than 45 minutes for one and 45 minutes for the other. So you are actually going to be seeing 90 minutes of football. You are going to be getting to see 90 minutes of football. Well, actually 120 minutes of football. Apologies. My mathematics has gone completely wrong. 120 minutes of football, but it's basically so the lads, our lads, can basically get about an hour's worth in. So that there's a bit of clarity for you. It's basically so the first 11 and the second 11, rather than playing one playing 45 and the other 11 playing 45, both sets of teams will be playing 2 sets of 30. So they'll both be playing an hour each. At least that's the plan that the clubs have got. Hull obviously have agreed to this, so it's just another way of enhancing the fitness level of Grimsby, and it's. I think that's a good move. I understand it's confused a lot of fans. I understand that, but Paul's idea, by the sounds of it, is to play 2 separate teams, but give them all an hour each. So the first team, the first set of 11, will play half an hour. The second set of 11 will play the second half an hour, or you know, and alternate like that possibly, or could even go the first play the first hour and then the second play the second hour. So there is one bit of disappointing news which Paul did make obvious during the interview with Matt Dean on the side, is that Rakeel Pike has got injured. A couple of minor injuries, but the main injury is his quadricep. It looks like Rakeel will be out for a month, or at least a month, which is a blow. But my overall take on that is you never always go into a season with everyone 100% fit. But it is a blow because Rakeel has impressed over pre-season, but hopefully he can keep himself as fit as he can and then ready to go when he does come back. But a bit of a blow there, Rakeel Pike getting injured. Apparently it happened at the game at Clee. So Paul was saying, if you do want to look at that interview, look at Radio Humberside on Twitter. That interview with Paul is on there, and he talks about a number of things, Harry Clifton's future, and a few other things as well. So, yep, it seems to have been quite a long video. Thank you for sticking with me. I will be at the Hull City game tomorrow, so if you do see me, come and say hello, and we'll have a chat in hopes about what we think about the season. Obviously, fans are now saying that we now need to get 2 strikers in. We wanted one more before anyway. I don't know whether Paul's going to desperately go and run out and get a striker. He did say there was options for the loan system, but I think I do think there's something big brewing. I don't know what, but look out for deadline day. I've got the feeling Paul's got something in the works, but he won't go out there and desperately run out for players. So this has basically been the Mariners roundup for the last couple of weeks. Thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, I knew it was a long one, so thanks for sticking with me. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back. In fact, I might give you a little bit of a review of the Hull friendly in the next couple of days. But in the meantime, I will see you guys very, very soon with another video coming very soon, like I said. And as soon as any more news from Grimsby is available, I will make sure to let you know about it. In the meantime, in a couple of weeks' time, my predictions for League 2 will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. So look out for that. Where will I put Grimsby? You'll find out soon. Anyway, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.